Hello friends, myself CA Vijay Mittal. I welcome to all the viewers at Professional Gyan Kendra. Friends, today's video is in continuation of the earlier video that relates to the input tax credit. Friends, in today's video we will discuss about Rule 42 of the CGST Rule 2017. Rule 42 basically relates to the determination of the input tax in relation to input or input services and reversal thereof. Friends, as per section 17 subsection 1 and subsection 2, input tax that relates to the input and input services can be used for business purposes, for taxable supplies including zero rated supplies, or for partly for business purposes and partly for non-business purposes and partly for exempt services. Means the input tax can be related to exempt supply, non-business supply, or business supply. We can say taxable supplies. Now friends, we have to identify the input tax in relation to input or input services that relates to exempt supply and non-business supplies, so that we can make a reversal of that input tax credit. Friends, here we take an example. For example, input tax in relation to input or input services in totality means the whole input tax. We denote it by T, means whole input tax credit denoted by T. And the input tax in relation to input or input services that wholly and exclusively relates to non-business supplies is denoted by T1. And the input tax in relation to input and input services that are wholly and exclusively relates to the exempt supply is denoted by T2. And the input tax in relation to input and input services that relates to the blocked credit as per section 17 subsection 5 of the CGST Act 2017 is denoted by T3. ब्लॉक्ड क्रेडिट हियर मीन्स जिसके ऊपर आईटीसी नहीं मिलता, दैट हैज बीन ब्लॉक्ड बाय द गवर्नमेंट एज पर सेक्शन 17 सबसेक्शन 5. फ्रेंड्स, टी हियर मीन्स टोटल इनपुट टैक्स. T1 here means input tax that relates to the non-business supply. T2 here means input tax that relates to the exempt supply, and T3 here means input tax that relates to the blocked credit, means input tax is not allowed. If we will deduct T1, T2 and T3 from the T, means total input tax credit, then we will reach to C1, and C1 will be the input tax credit that is reflected in the electronic credit ledger of the registered person. Friends, now we will discuss about T4. What is T4? T4 means the input tax that wholly and exclusively relates to the supply other than non-business supply. Means we can say taxable supplies including the zero rated supply. Means registered person is also eligible to take the ITC on zero rated supply. That will be denoted by T4. If we will deduct T4 from C1, then we will reach to C2. Means T1, T2, T3 and T4 will be deducted from the T, means the total input tax credit. If we will deduct T1, T2 and T3 from T, we will reach to C1. And when we will deduct T4 from C1, then we will reach to C2. That is called the common credit. Friends, it is the responsibility of the registered person to show the details of T1, T2, T3 and T4 in GSTR 2 form or in GSTR 3B. C2 here is the common credit. Friends, please listen it carefully because common credit is the main issue in this video. And due to common credit, we will identify the credit that relates to the non-business supply and that relates to the exempt supplies. From the common credit, we will identify D1 and D2. Common credit is the combination of business supplies, exempt supply and non-business supply. Means the input tax credit that partly relate to the business supply and partly relate to non-business supply or exempt supplies. Now we have to identify from the common credit what is the credit that relates to the exempt supply and to non-business supplies. Credit that relates to the exempt supply is denoted by D1 and we will identify it through a formula that is called E upon F into may C2. E here denotes to exempt turnover during the tax period, means exempt supply during the tax period. Tax period here means monthly or quarterly as the case may be. E upon F means E divided by F. What reflects F? F means the total turnover during the tax period. Tax period again means monthly or quarterly as the case may be. Means on the basis of turnover, we will get the proportionate amount of the exempted turnover. That will be multiplied by C2, that is called the common credit. And we will get the input tax credit that relates to the exempt supplies and denoted by D1. And now we will compute the D2 for the tax period. Tax period again here means monthly or quarterly as the case may be. D2 will be 5% of C2, means 5% of common credit. Friends, it is the legal requirement to reverse D1 and D2, means input tax credit relates to the exempt supply and input tax credit that relates to the non-business supplies. To reverse the D1 and D2 on or before the filing of return of the September month following the end of the month to which these credits relates. For example, for the financial year 1920, year end is 31st March 2020. If D1 and D2 relates to financial year 1920, in that case D1 and D2 will be reversed on or before the due date of filing of September 2020 month's return, and it will be reversed through GSTR 3B or DRC 03. Now friends, I would like to discuss about C3. What is C3? C3 means the eligible credit. Out of the common credit, when we will deduct D1 and D2, we will reach to C3, that is called the eligible credit out of the common credit. C2 minus D1 and D2 means sum of D1 and D2 will be deducted from C2, then we will reach to C3, that is called the eligible credit. Means a registered person will be eligible to claim the input tax credit related to the C3. Friends, when we identified D1 and D2, these will be added to the T1 and T2, because T1 is the input tax credit in relation to input and input services that wholly and exclusively relate to the non-business supplies, and D2 is the part of non-business supplies. Then D2 will be added to the T1, and in the same way T2 is the input tax credit in relation to input and input services that wholly and exclusively relates to the exempt supply, and D1 will be added back to the T2. That will be the wholly and exclusively relate to the non-business supply and to wholly and exclusively exempt supplies, so that we can reverse the input tax credit taken in relation to exempt supply and non-business supplies. Friends, now I would like to discuss about sub-rule 2 of Rule 42 of CGST Rule 2017. What sub-rule 2 says? As per sub-rule 2, when we determined for the each tax period D1 and D2, and when we calculate for the whole financial year finally, means there are two things: determine and calculate. Determine means when we calculate D1 and D2 for each tax period, means monthly or quarterly basis, and calculated for the whole financial year here means at the end of the financial year when we calculate D1 and D2 for the whole financial year as per Rule 42 sub rule 1, then if there is any difference, that will be short and excess. For example, when we calculate D1 and D2 as per the tax period, and calculated amount for the whole financial year at the end of the financial year, means on annual basis, is exceeding from the determined amount as per tax period, means जितना अमाउंट हम रिवर्स कर रहे थे एंड एट द एंड ऑफ द फाइनेंशियल ईयर ऑन एनुअल बेसिस जो हमने कैलकुलेट किया है, इफ दैट अमाउंट इज एक्सीडिंग द डिटरमाइंड अमाउंट, मीन्स जो एनुअल बेसिस पे कैलकुलेटेड अमाउंट है, इफ दैट एक्सीड्स टू द डिटरमाइंड अमाउंट एज पर द टैक्स पीरियड जो हम ड्यूरिंग द ईयर हम रिवर्स करते आए हैं, इफ calculated amount exceeds to that determined amount, in that case reversal has to be made of the difference amount, calculated amount minus determined amount. And registered person is also liable to pay interest at the rate of 18% as per section 50 subsection 1 from the 1st April to the date of payment of tax, means reversal. In the same way, when the calculated amount is less than the determined amount, in that case a registered person can claim the credit of that amount, but registered person is not eligible to claim the amount of interest at the rate of 18%. He is not eligible to take the credit of interest. Friends, at last I would like to say, main purpose of Rule 42 is to reverse the input tax that has been taken in relation to input and input services that belongs to exempt supply and non-business supply by denoting D1 and D2. With these words, friends, I would like to say thank you for watching the video, and I hope that it will be informative and useful to all of you. We will meet again with the same topic with the new video. Till then, namaskar, dhanyawad.